What's going on, you guys? It's Keinan Briggs. I was asked the question, is there a value of doing weights right before event training, more specifically high jump training? And my answer just is no. And so the reason why is because when you're in the weight room, you're using your energy and you're lifting weights and you're going either heavy or light. Either way, you're burning calories, you're most likely using your upper body and lower body. And there's just energy that is being used. Then when it comes to going from that workout to an explosive plyometric movement, it's just like doing a workout on a workout. And especially with high jump, you're using one leg trying to produce the most amount of force. You're not going to get the same type of workout and the same type of response that your body is looking for when you have gone from a weight training session to a high jump session. Now, there are many sports out there that you can do basketball, you can do football, and then after practice, zoom over and do a weights program. You can do some route running or passes or whatever it may be. But track and field, it doesn't work that way. You are basically using your full body at its maximum performance. And once it's done, it's done. Most of my track and field family that's here, you know what it feels like. When you run a 400 repeat workout, you're done for the day. There's nothing else you can do, right? However, you could do a 1 hour basketball practice and still have some energy to do something else. So what I'm really getting at, outside of going on a tangent, is there are coaches out there, especially this coach in this example, which believes that there's a value towards doing a weight training program and then going out and doing high jump practice. Obviously, if the assistant coach is saying no, and I agree with that assistant coach. When you are performing, you want to be able to practice the end game speeds. So if I'm trying to high jump over 6'4", 6'5", and I just came off of a weight training program, I'm not going to be able to jump that maximum level because I'm tired. And so the biggest thing is, when can we do weights? Well, we could do weights after practice. Now, what that's going to do is the same concept. You're not going to be in the same physical state. You're not going to have as much power. You're not going to be as explosive when you get into the weight room. So when is the best time to actually do weights? Well, the college route has the availability to do weights pretty much anytime. In college, I was able to do weights in the morning, and then I would have time to eat. Then I would have a class or study hall, and then I would go to practice. So that would help because I would be rested. However, the real rest wasn't really there, because when I would jump on those same days I had weight training, my jump sessions were never as effective. So really now it comes down to, well, when can you ever lift weights, right? I would say it'd be better to do it a couple hours after your jump practice. Maybe do your jump practice first, then you do weights after. That will be the most ideal. However, when we're dealing with high school, when we're dealing with college, their schedule isn't as consistent and as open as it could be. So if you are a high schooler, what I would just say is maybe you have weight training on a different day other than your jump day. So if you are in a situation where you're going to lift weights before, well, then make sure you have time between weights and your practice. And then you should be working on something that's not as explosive, because you're not going to get the same response that your body is looking for. If you are able to have your weight training practice after, then I'd rather that be the workout. I'd rather do my event training first, then weight training after. So then I'm able to really wake my body up. Now, I am not the biggest fan of traditional weight training. I'm a bigger fan of body resistance and just getting your body to be more elastic. However, my views are not important in this situation. But what I will say is, when you can figure out your schedule, maybe it's weights on 2 of the days, maybe it's practice on the other 2 days. But now it comes down to, well, how do you balance with doing weights today and then jumping tomorrow versus jumping today and weights tomorrow? I'm a bigger fan of, when you are going to do your jump days, it's having one day of jumping where you're fresh. Maybe it's on a Monday where you're able to just really put together some big jumps because you're fresh. Then the next day, maybe you really work on being heavy. So you have weights before that second practice of jump training and see how your body responds. But play around with it. Don't stick to one thing and see how your body responds to it. If you're a coach, then just talk to your head coach and just figure out, can we play with these ideas and see how it goes from there. But hopefully this answered your question. If you have further questions, please shoot me an email at info@KeinanBriggs.com or simply respond in the description below, or simply comment in the comment box below and let me know. I love answering some of these questions because sometimes I don't have the answer and I get to really think about what would be the best situation. I do have my philosophies and ideologies kind of set with what I would do. However, when I do get asked these questions, it makes me think outside the box and consider your demographic, where you are, your location, if it's snowing. It's not always the easiest to be a coach and you're dealing with so many variables. That's why there's no wrong or right way. However, what I will say is I feel that doing weights right before your event specific training is not going to be as effective than having your weights after. All right. Till next time.